Okay. Well, welcome to my 80s. And today, or this evening, I want to answer a question that maybe would help Jennifer. And we are adjusting the camera here for some reason.
Oh.
And can you see me in the camera, honey?
Yes, you're there.
Okay.
And you're right at the top of the screen.
Okay, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit higher then, in case I want to jump up
I
for
don't know how to
joy.
make it go higher.
Okay. It won't go higher because of that. Here, let me do it.
Okay.
There, now.
Ta-dum.
Okay, here we are in the 80s, at 81, and counting.
In spite
Okay.
of us.
Anyway, Jennifer asked some herbal questions, and I'm going to try to answer you, Jennifer. And I know you're moving. Books are heavy, so don't get any books till after you get settled, but these are some of the books you might want to get. I'll start out with Rosemary Gladstar. You can't go wrong with Rosemary Gladstar. And this one is a beginner's guide. It's Medicinal Herbs Beginner's Guide. It's a really good one, and I would say that would be one to get. Herbal Recipes for Vibrant Health, also by Rosemary Gladstar. Now, if you would look her up on Google Pants in search and put her name in, she also has classes online that you could probably take. And anything, she's good. Okay, then here's a book that I've had for years, even before I knew much about herbs. It was one of my first ones, and it's sort of in 3 parts, so there's 3 authors. There's a Joyce A. Waddell, Colleen Dodt, D-O-D-T, and Greta Breedlove. And it's just, it has face cream recipes, toothpaste recipes, mouthwash, aftershaves, facial steams, and on and on and on, and tells even about some of the essential oils. So that's a nice book. Then this book I really like, and I have one of the older books that have a lot of colored illustrations. I don't think the newer ones do, but I like it, and it's by Penelope Odie. It's called The Complete Medicinal Herbal, and let's see if I can, it talks about chamomile. It tells a little bit about the history of it. It's called, they were called ground apple by the ancient Greeks because of the smell. Chamomile was Mathin to the Anglo-Saxon and so forth. Tells you more than you want to know. But it also tells you what part, the flowers, the essential oils.
Can't see the book.
The applications, and even some of the cautions. And it tells you its character and constituents and its actions. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-spasmodic, and it's also bitter and sedative. It's a nervine, so it would help us relax, chamomile. Okay, another one, I bought this just in a grocery store years and years ago. It's Prescription for Herbal Healing. I don't know, did I say this is on the quack list? She's on the quack list. This book is on the quack list. Anything on the quack list is usually good. And it's a basic book. I mean, just real basic. And the only thing that I would have against this one is that it's so basic, and what it's sort of going like Western medicine. Well, herbal medicine doesn't work the same as Western medicine. Western medicine is, we have a condition, we go to the doctor, he gives us a prescription for it, we take it for that specific thing. Herbs, because we're using the whole plant, does more than just whatever. I mean, it does a whole lot of things. And then I'm different than you, so what works for me might not work for you. Like there's a whole list of nervines that would help us relax and go to sleep. They may not all work for you. In fact, there are some of them that rev people up. And there's one of them I don't take because it does the opposite. Okay, but the nervines and the relaxing ones are like lavender, chamomile, poppy, and I don't mean opium poppy. Has nothing to do with opium poppy. It's a California poppy. It helps us to relax. And even hops. But out of this, and hops, men shouldn't ingest hops. But anyway, they do, I guess, because they drink beer. But don't take it as an herb. Men should not take hops as an herb. But anyway, what works for me to relax me, it might not work for you. So you have to sort of find your own one that will work. And besides that, it's going to do more than just make you relax, because they have a whole action of things, good things that they're going to do. Okay, then one I really would recommend, and that is Making Plant Medicine by Richo, Cech. And this will tell you how to make the tincture.
Don't shake it.
Don't shake the book. Okay, this will tell you how to make the tincture two ways. The one way is it tells you ratio. So each time you make a tincture, it will be the same strength, which is very good. But I make it and then it talks about the grandmother method. I'm a grandmother. I do that method. It's just easier. You put the herb in a jar, you pour the menstruum on top, you let it set. The menstruum is whatever liquid you choose. You can use a glycerin, I think. If you want to be alcohol free, you can use vodka, whiskey, brandy, and good if you can get 80 proof to, I don't know if you can get 100, but they even sell Everclear, and that's sort of, I wouldn't recommend that unless you really know what you're doing. But anyway, those are the menstruums, and it tells you how to do it and whatnot. Okay, then I'm going to tell you about 3 books that I just have, but I do like them. And one is called Dental Herbalism, Natural Therapies for the Mouth. And that's by Leslie M. Alexander and Linda A. Straub-Bruce. They have a lot of initials after their names. The reason I like this book is because it will tell you, like chamomile, and then it tells you all the things that it blends well with: peppermint, rosehip, skullcap, stevia, lemon balm, lavender, on and on. But when I make teas, I can look at this book and say, oh yeah, that goes with that, that goes with that, and come up with my tea recipes. So I like this book. Okay, now there's 2 books that I'm just going to show you. Matthew Wood is a real reputable name in herbalism. And he has the Book of Herbal Wisdom, Using Plants as Medicine. It's a good book. When I was looking at books, I haven't read this book. So I wouldn't recommend just going out and getting this book, because you might be like me. It'll sit on the shelf. But after looking at it, I decided I think I'm going to read it. Okay. And then the other one I just got because it's a classic. And it was written, I think, first published in 1931, which means it's about, I don't know, 86 years old. Yeah. And it's a modern herbal. I think that's sort of cute. It's a modern herbal. And she has all sorts of, I thought maybe I'd look something in here that you would be it would be common. Maybe do they have chamomile? We'll see. Well, they got chicory and chickweed and chestnut. Okay, I don't see that really much, but I have a bookmark in feverfew, and that's what I had outside. And it tells just a little bit about feverfew. But one of the things it said that if, okay, where did it, I read it, that if you plant it around your house, okay, planted round dwellings, it is said to purify the atmosphere and ward off disease. Good to have feverfew in your yard then. And I have it. So it talks about how to cultivate it. It talks about medicinal actions and uses. But it's really a neat classic book, and boy, it's a big one. It talks about more than you'd ever want to know. So those are just some of the books that I have, and where I'd start with is Making Plant Medicines by Richo, Cech, and then I would get Rosemary, Gladstar. Those are the beginning ones I'd recommend that you get. The others I would recommend just sort of if you want to, but these I would go with first. Okay, now one more thing I want to show you, and I hope this has helped other people besides Jennifer, and I hope it hasn't been just too boring and too much information at once to really get. But I want to show you where I keep my herbs and what it's like, and Tom made it for me, by the way. Okay. I'm going to back up the camera and even come down, and it should show you down, down, down. There's my herbs and my cabinet there. And I'm going to go open the other side, and it's more the same. And some of these I've purchased, and some of them I've dried from my yard. And let's see, over here is more. And if you don't have a yard where your herbs are and you have to buy them, I'm going to recommend a place where you can get them. And if you go online, you can find more places. You want to get organic herbs. You don't want to get herbs that have been sprayed with pesticides. And so I order from Mountain Rose Herbs. There's other good places, but that's a good place. I like it. I've ordered from years from there, and they ship all over the U.S. But look and see if you might find a place closer to you. So that's what I would say. And in a little bit, a week or so, I'll be doing some stuff with extracts, and I'll show you, because it'll help you on how to make tinctures. So with that, I'll tell you good evening and have a good day, and thank you for coming and joining me.